Hello, everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Nadia Ward, and you have found the 3S Yoga YouTube channel, and we are so happy that you're here. I don't like to mess around. We're just going to start standing. We're going to do a couple half A series. We're going to do a couple full A series, and then we're going to go ahead and do our flow where we're adding on pose by pose and then going backwards. Okay. So come up to the top of the mat. Bring your toes together and your heels just slightly apart. Give a little tiny bend in the knees just so you're not locking them out. Let the inner thighs roll back. Relax the shoulders. Let the tailbone lengthen down as the belly absorbs back towards the spine and lifts up towards the ribs. Slow your breath. Being aware of every inhalation and every exhalation, and noticing how it informs the movement in your body. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky, but keep your shoulders moving away from the ears. And exhale, hinge forward to fold. Give a nice little bend in the knees to let your head hang low. Let yourself sway around. Let the weight shift forward towards the balls of the feet as the hips glide forward, and then glance between the knees. As you glance between the knees or towards the belly button and the weight glides forward, you're going to get a low back release. And I need that. Prepare yourself to be playful, to move, to have some fun today. And if you have an intention that you would like to set, allow yourself to set it here as well. Release all the air out. Bringing the fingers to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift with the flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Weight glides towards the balls of the feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. And exhale, release the hands towards the heart. Half A series. Inhale as the hands lift. Exhale, hinge forward to fold. Curl into yourself. Inhaling halfway to lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Plant the feet firmly into the ground as you lift up all the way. Exhaling the hands to the heart. Tailbone lengthens down as the arms lift up. Exhale, hinging forward to fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, pressing down to rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Full A series. Inhale to lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back into plank. Pause for just a moment. Bring the fingers past the shoulders, past the fingertips. Exhale, the shoulders move forward, the elbows hug back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring a little bend into your knees. Let the hips pull back, elongating the spine. The top of the head moves towards the thumbs as the neck gets longer. Pressing the heels down to straighten out the legs. Slow your breath. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hinging at the hips to fold. Halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Shoulder heads pull back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling into the nose. Open the mouth for a nice big exhale. Bend the knees to look forward. Exhale, step or jump, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhaling as the hands move towards the heart. Inhaling, lifting the arms. Exhale, forward to fold. Inhale into a flat back, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. We have a lot of chaturangas today, so feel free to put the knees down to protect your low back, or skip some of the vinyasas and go straight to down dog. Bend the knees to look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and I will meet you in down dog. Bring the knees down, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, and take a couple cat-cows, dropping the belly as the tailbone and the head lifts, and exhale, let the tailbone and the head drop down. Inhaling into cow, and exhaling into cat. Going at your own pace, loosening up the spine. 2 more. Take the full inhale and the full exhale. Tucking the toes under, moving back into downward facing dog. Inhale, let the right leg lift up, but keep the hips neutral. The left hip is pulling back, the left heel is pressing down, and the right heel is pulling back. Relaxing the jaw. One more inhale as the foot pulls back further. Exhaling, bring the knee to the nose of the shoulders, move over the wrist, step the foot between the hands, and inhale up into warrior one. The back toes are at a 45-degree angle, and the front knee is over the front ankle. Relax the shoulders down. Find your breath. Find your intention for the practice. Reconnect with it. On the next exhale, release through your vinyasa or to down dog. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Okay, now we're adding on. Inhale, the right leg lifts and pulls back. Exhale, the knee to the nose. Step the foot between the hands and inhale up into warrior one. Release the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Lift the chest up as the fingers pull down. Let the left thigh press back. And then bring the head to the inside of the knee, humble warrior. The hands can stay at the low back, or they can move overhead, whatever feels better. Let the right hip pull back and towards the middle of the body as the head is heavy. And breathe in and out of the nose. Release the hands down. Take a vinyasa, option for a 3-legged chaturanga, keeping the right leg off the mat. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on, right leg lifts up. Exhale, knee to the nose, footsteps between the hands, and inhaling into warrior one. Pause here for a moment, let the shoulders relax down. Let the pinkies start to face towards each other as you get an external rotation in the shoulders. Release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, let them pull down as the shoulders pull back and the chest opens. And exhale the head to the inside of the right knee, humble warrior. Releasing the hands and inhaling, coming back up. The back heel pivots off the floor into crescent pose. I like to start with a bent knee. I let my right hip pull back as the left hip rolls forward, and then the tailbone lengthens down as the upper hip points move towards the ribs and the pubic bone presses forward. That's where you get the opening in the left hip flexor, and then also a nice open back. Try to keep the right knee moving forward over the ankle. You can play with the straightness of the back leg if you'd like, but find a place to find your stillness. One more inhale, and the next exhale releases through your vinyasa, option for a three-legged chaturanga. Always the option just to go straight to down dog. Adding on, inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhaling up into warrior one. Finding your space here. Finding your base, pressing the feet into the mat, releasing the fingers behind the back. Inhaling, opening up the chest towards the sky, and exhale, releasing the head to the inside of the right leg. Releasing the hands, inhaling up into crescent as the back heel pivots forward. Shift the weight forward into the right foot. Press hard into the right foot to lift the left leg off the mat into warrior three. Let the right hip lift up and pull slightly back as the left hip drops down, keeping the hips neutral. The toes are pointing down towards the mat. The heel is pressing away from the hips, and the head is pulling away from the hips, moving in opposition. Let the belly absorb up towards the back. Pressing into your right foot. Letting the right leg become your pillar of strength. Bending the right knee, step the left foot back, and take a vinyasa, option to keep the right leg up. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, up into warrior one. Let the pinky toe to heel on the left foot press down into the mat. Keep the right inner thigh moving forward and to the right to make sure the right knee is safe and over the ankle and not falling inwards. Take the hands behind the back, opening up the chest, exhaling into humble warrior. Inhale, you're going to come back up into crescent, pivot the back foot off of the mat. Shifting the weight forward, inhaling up into warrior three. Let the head and heel pull in opposite directions. It's okay to keep a bend in the standing knee. And then release the hands down into standing splits. You can walk the hands back towards the foot and bend the elbows out towards the sides. Releasing the left foot all the way back. Palms placed down, optional vinyasa or straight to down dog. Now we're going to take all of that backwards. Inhale, the right leg lifts and step it through. Shift the weight forward, keeping the hands down. Inhale to standing splits with the left leg lifted. Let the right hip lift as the left hip drops down, toes point down, left heel pulls back. Start to walk the hands forward as the chest lifts up off of the thigh. And then bring your hands up into a prayer, into warrior three. Now before we move, we're gonna imagine crescent. So start to bend the right knee, step the left foot back, inhale up into crescent pose. Release the back heel down into a warrior one stance, interlacing the fingers behind the back, opening up the chest to the sky, and exhale into a humble warrior. Releasing the hands and inhale up into warrior one. And exhale, vinyasa or straight to down dog. I sure do feel it in my right thigh. Do you feel it? Inhale, let the right leg lift up. Step the foot in between the hands and then move it over towards the right so both hands are on the inside of the right foot. Drop the back knee down. We're coming into lizard. So if the back knee is down, untuck the back toes and scooch it back 2 scooches. I'm really tight, so I'm gonna stay right here today. You can even come up higher if you want. And if you're really flexy, you can lower down onto the forearms. For me, most comfortably, I'm gonna stay right here. Slow breathing. Let the hips get heavy. And start to move the hips back as the right leg straightens. Move the right foot back towards the center of the mat and both hands are on either side of the foot. And let the toes point up towards the face. If you're more flexy and you want to go further, you can start to move your right foot forward towards splits. Get a nice stretch in the back of the right hamstring. Bringing the bottom of the foot back towards the mat. Bringing the hands down and stepping the knee back, cat-cows. And let's take a little child's pose before we do the other side, bringing the knees wide and the toes together, drop the belly down. Not thinking about the negative feelings we're going to have on the other side. We're going to get back in touch with our playfulness, our joy for vinyasas, and the intention that you started your practice with. Making your way back up into all fours. Tucking the toes under, moving back into down dog. Let the left heel lift up. Right heel presses down and left heel pulls back. Let the right thigh pull back, allowing the hips to pull back further and the left heel to move back further. Bring the knee to the nose, step the foot between the hands and inhaling up into warrior one. You're sealing down the back foot. The right foot from pinky toe to heel is pressing down into the mat. Let the belly pull in as the tailbone tries to lengthen down. And keep the left knee over the left ankle. Try not to straighten it up too much. You're doing great. Heating up the thigh. Find your smile. Starting to let your feet get comfortable in this position because we'll be here a lot more. So just find your base. Let the feet get the muscle memory. One more inhale. The next exhale, cartwheel the hands down, back heel pivots up, optional vinyasa or straight to down dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts up and pulls back. Exhale, the footsteps between the hands, and inhale up into warrior one. Just a moment of our warrior one. Feel your strength. Find your base of the wide legs, the knee moving forward instead of straight. Release the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Let the knuckles pull down towards the floor as your chest opens up and your shoulder blades move towards each other. And exhale into humble warrior. The head moves to the inside of the leg, and the arms can move overhead or stay at your back, wherever they may fall. Let the head get heavy. Try to keep the left knee over the ankle. Releasing the hands down, step the left foot back, taking your vinyasa. See ya in down dog. Inhale, let the left leg lift and pull back. Step it between the hands. Inhale up into warrior one. Just enjoying our moment in warrior one. Such a powerful pose, so strong. Releasing the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, opening the chest up toward the sky, and exhaling your head to the inside of the knee, humble warrior. Let the left hip draw back. Releasing the hands and inhale them up towards warrior one, but pivot the back heel off the mat into crescent. Bend the right knee a lot. You're gonna let the left hip pull back as the right hip travels forward, and then the tailbone scoops down. That's where you're gonna get the nice stretch in the right hip flexor. Do your best to keep your left knee right over the ankle instead of straightening it out. Challenge yourself if you feel like it today. Relax the shoulders, keeping the arms nice and straight. You can play with the straightness of the right leg, but find a place that you can find the stillness and breathe. Hi, doggy. On the next exhale, releasing down through the vinyasa. Inhale, the left leg lifts up. Exhale, step it through. Inhaling up into warrior one. Release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, opening up the chest, and exhale into humble warrior. Inhaling back up into crescent pose, back heel pivots up off the ground. Bringing the hands towards a prayer, pressing into the left foot. Start to shift the weight forward and lift the back leg off the mat. Warrior three. Point the toes down towards the mat. Let the heel pull away from the hips. Let the shoulders pull down towards the hips, and the top of the head pull away from the shoulders. Press into the big toe mound of the left foot, creating your pillar of strength. Slowly stepping the left foot all the way back, releasing the hands down, take your vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it through. Inhaling up into warrior one. Release the hands behind the back, interlace them, opening up the chest. Exhaling, humble warrior. Inhaling, coming back up into crescent, back heel pivots up. Pausing here for a moment, finding the pressure in the left foot to really seal the foot in. Hands to the heart, moving up into warrior three. Let yourself feel like a bird. Fly for a moment before you release. And then release the hands down, standing splits. Walk the hands back in line with the toes. Let the elbows pull out to the sides. Let the head get heavy. Let the left hip lift up as the right hip drops down, keeping the right heel pulling back. Bending the front knee, stepping the right foot all the way back. Take your vinyasa or see you in down dog. Is everyone ready to do all of that backwards? Left leg lifts up. Step it between the hands. Keep the hands down on the floor. Press into the left foot. Lift the right leg up, standing splits. Let your hands walk forward as your spine straightens out. Bending the left knee might help. Bring the hands towards the heart into warrior three. Before you move, we're picturing crescent. So bend the left knee to slowly step the right foot back. Inhaling up into crescent. Get the hips neutral, tailbone tucks. Release the back heel down into a warrior one stance, interlacing the fingers, opening up the chest, and exhaling the head to the inside of the left knee. Humble warrior. Releasing the hands, inhaling back up into warrior one. Finding the base where we started, feeling the left thigh. All that energy that's held right there right now feels so good. And then release down through your vinyasa. Great work. Inhale, let the left leg lift and step it between the hands, and then scoot it to the outside of the left hand, releasing the back knee down. Scooching the right knee back a couple scooches, remembering that you can lower onto your forearms, or you can even come up onto your fists, whatever your body needs over here. Let the hips get heavy. Relax the jaw. Get control of the breath. Remind yourself of your intention and why you're practicing today. If you're all the way down, start to make your way back up onto your hands. Let your left hip send back as your left foot moves center into half splits. And if you want to go deeper, move your left foot forward. But if this is good, just stay where it feels good. We're not trying to overstretch or hurt ourselves. So always have compassion for your body. You might be less flexible today than you were yesterday, and you might be more flexible tomorrow than you were a year ago, or less. So just notice where your body is every day. And if we take care of it, it will hopefully take care of us. Bring the weight back forward into the front foot, bring the hands down, and bring the back knee back into a tabletop position, cat-cows. Go at your own pace. Connect the breath and the body, inhaling as you look up and the tailbone lifts, and exhale, the belly pulls in, tailbone and head drop. A few more at your own pace. You all did such a great job today. And keep your knees together and lower down into a child's pose with the knees together. The spine nice and supported. Let the head drop down. Let your hips sway side to side. and come back to the middle. Make the way up into a seated position. Bring the right leg in front of the left so the knees are stacked. They're not crisscross, the knees are wide, legs are in front of each other. Take the right hand to the inside of the right thigh and take the left hand right to the outside of the left knee. Twist your torso so it tries to point over the left knee. Walk the left fingers forward away from the knee. Drop the elbow down, drop the head down. So what we're looking for here is a stretch in the right low back and hip area. Usually all you need to do is let your head get heavy. If this isn't enough for you, you can press into the right inner thigh just a little bit. Don't press on the knee, press on the thigh. And if you want to get a little bit deeper, take your right hand over to meet the left hand and drop the left forearm down. Thank yourself for doing this work today. Walk your hands back towards the center. Let the elbows get heavy. If the elbows don't come down, that's fine. Press into the hands or the forearms as you shift the weight back into the hips. And let yourself sway side to side. And let your chest pull forward as you sway, imagining yourself making a crescent moon shape with your chest, getting into the hips. These little tiny movements can feel so good. And then walk the hands back up. Switch which leg is in front. Take the left hand to the inside of the left thigh. Take the right hand right outside the knee. Twist the torso over the right knee. Walk the hands diagonally forward and drop the right elbow right by the right knee. And let the head rest down. The head getting heavy helps elongate the spine all the way towards the left hip. As you inhale, open up the brow, lighten up the forehead, and as you exhale, relax the jaw. Take the left hand over to meet the right hand, dropping the left armpit down a little bit. Walking the hands slowly back towards the center, pressing into the hands or to the forearms, whatever, make it down, and press back so your hips move back into the mat, and let yourself sway. Swaying almost like you would rock a baby. And then think of the unconditional love that you would give to a baby or to a puppy or to a kitten. And then take that emotion and that sensation of love that just showed up and give it to yourself and rock yourself like the baby or the puppy in your mind, bringing compassion and ease into your practice. Softening up the face. And then walk the hands back up. Find your way into a seated position. You can stay right where the legs are, or you can move around somewhere else where you're more comfortable. You can let the hands rest however they may. Take another moment to reconnect with that sensation of love unconditionally to yourself. Take a moment to recognize your strength and how powerful it is to take care of yourself. And the fact that you took this time to take care of yourself will actually make it easier for you to take care of others. Thank you for showing up with us today. I'm happy you made it to 3S Yoga. Namaste. We hope that you come back to the channel, and we hope that you subscribe. You can also donate. There's always information in the show notes on how to do that, or subscribe. Please tell your friends. That's the best that we can hope for, and I hope that your day is better after being here with us. See you later, friends.